What is good, everybody? If you're here right now, thank you for even taking the time to get ready to watch this. I just had the opportunity to sit down with not only a good friend, but a coworker, and honestly, one of the hardest working young kids, young men that I know. His consistency, his output, his willingness to do whatever it takes to kind of succeed and accomplish what he puts his mind to is something that is very inspiring and something I'm very fond of. Tyler Walsh has built an immense following in the music space with a series that he does called What Do You Do? He worked for me at 1:37 p.m. And I've known him for the better part of 4 years now. I met him on a Twitter DM from Gary, and within 3 weeks he moved to New York City to start working for me. And he now is doing things like getting flown to F1 to make content and meeting with some of the biggest artists in the world to help tell their story. And so I hope you enjoy, like all episodes, what I'm trying to do is help. Really, it's a selfish endeavor in that I want to glean and steal insights and awareness, like just understanding from people of how they're doing the thing that they want to be doing, so I can use that to further do the things that I want to do, and hopefully it can inspire or kickstart one of you to do the same. Enjoy.
It's a comfortable
This is
environment.
way better. It is a good
environment.
little cozy space. I feel like I need like a cigar or something.
For real.
T, thank you for coming by. Thank you for doing this, bro.
Thank you, man.
Honestly, definitely an inspiration of mine. And
I will say the same, man. For real. I want to give you just gratitude, because I wouldn't be here without you. Like, not even just getting hired because of you, but like what you instilled in me. Whereas like I was the new guy at 137. You were like, first day I remember you were like, we need to post 3 times on TikTok a day. I'm like, fuck. And that's like what got me into everything. So that and just seeing your growth and like V-Friends and Unleashed and just like, bro, like really appreciate everything, man. I wouldn't be here without you, for real.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Well, we're in it together. I'm excited to get into it, tell the story a little bit. But you know, I opened the show with a little bit of intro. But in my opinion, someone that acts upon what they say and see and believe, and someone that shares the same name as me, T. Walsh, and has really been blowing up on. The word blowing up is like, can mean a lot of different things, but someone that has honestly just been grinding their ass off and putting work out, which matched up with their passion, building a little bit of a media company. I'm excited to hear how you think about it. Content series, really around music and highlighting and being a platform for emerging and now established even artists in a lot of ways. Tyler, you've been here now. I say here. When did you move to New York City?
Almost 4 years ago, August of 21.
August of 21.
Yeah.
And we met just a little bit of time before that.
Yeah.
How old are you?
25.
You're 25, so you moved. August, you'll turn 26, so you moved pretty much.
21.
Or when's your birthday?
1999. I was still 20. I have a late birthday, so I was 21 at the time.
You were 21 when you moved to New York.
Yeah, correct.
Freshly graduated school.
Freshly graduated.
Where'd you go to school?
SUNY Fredonia, very small school upstate by Buffalo.
Okay.
No one's ever heard of it.
Yeah, interesting.
We have cows and farms and some bars, and that's about it.
And you're from where?
From Buffalo.
Buffalo, like city or like small?
Suburb, like right outside of it.
And how many people were? Like, what was your high school like?
We had like 2,000 graduating class.
Oh, so huge, like regional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the suburbs out there are pretty big.
Yeah.
I'd say more people live in the suburbs than they do.
City vibes or like cow and farm vibes?
City vibes. More like small city, like a Minneapolis type of vibe.
But then when you went to college, it was more farmland vibes?
Yeah, then it was farmland vibes.
And what was your thought in going to school, like college? Like, how did you decide, or what did people go to big schools? Was it you were always community? Like, what was your thoughts?
A lot of people went to big schools. I think I was still, I think afraid is the right word, to like leave home. So it was only an hour away.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I just knew that comp sci made a lot of money, so did that. Major for a year. First semester was great. Second semester, I was getting real close to not flunking out.
Yeah.
And one of my fraternity brothers, he was like, "Yo, by the way, like, I know you're into music. You're trying to do this music thing on a business." I was like, "I don't know if you know this, but we have a music business program that's like really killer here. Like, industry pros are teaching the courses. Like, good networking. Like, you should consider it." And I sat down with the academic chair, and he's like, "I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you should really switch."
Yeah.
And then I just called my parents. I just kind of told them, like, this is what I'm going to do,
Yeah.
whether you support me or not. And they're so supportive. I'm so grateful for them and all their support over the years. But yeah.
So what was high school like? Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one older brother.
How much older?
He is, like 28. Yeah, 28.
3 years older.
Yeah.
Were you guys tight?
Very tight, yeah.
Where's he at?
He is a doctor in Syracuse. He's moving back to Buffalo for his next residency.
Nice. Smart kid.
Very smart, yeah.
And so what was like middle school, high school? Were you always into music?
Yeah, so I started off producing.
Okay.
I started producing hip hop.
Like in middle school, high school? When were you like, I like music and I'm gonna
I think it was
produce music?
probably like 8th grade. So end of middle school, like a lot of hip hop beats. I just saw like my friends were trying to rap, and I was like, I want to be a part of this. I can't rap.
Yeah, and the internet was like popping at that. Internet was around, so you
like
saw people doing their things. SoundCloud.
Yeah.
You're like, I can do.
Yeah.
The early ages of like, I can kind of do something myself.
Yeah, and just headed to YouTube University and learned everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, not everything. I tried to. It was really bad. The beats were really bad. But
Oh, you would put them out?
No. I eventually progressed into electronic music, so I fell in love with that in 9th grade, and then I started releasing stuff after that.
And where would you put it on SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, Spotify. I remember I found out a way. This was before like DistroKid and TuneCore were like super popular. I found TuneCore and I'm like, like, I have a song on Spotify, and people were like, what? Like, that's crazy. Yeah. But now it's like in every.
Yeah, you could do it too, but people didn't figure it out.
Yeah.
What got you into music?
I think it was just I found myself like listening to the radio a lot as a kid, which also sounds like weird to say. Like, I'd say that as like
driving or like at the crib or what?
Just at the crib, just like I'd find myself listening to like a lot of pop actually. My brother is the one that like introduced me to like Wayne and Drake and like Mac. And like that's when I was like, alright, like hip hop is the shit. And like I used to hate on it for so long too.
Really?
Randomly.
Like when you were in your EDM?
Nah, I would say like middle school. I was hating on it until I got to like the 8th grade. I'm like, I want to make it. Things flipped.
Yeah. So you were into music. You started being like, I'm a producer. I think early eBay. Like the first thing I ever bought off eBay, me and my boy, we were like, we're gonna start a band. But this wasn't. You couldn't put stuff on the internet. We were at my buddy Brennan's crib. His dad had a Fire computer in the attic. He had a computer that had like a TV chip, and you could like watch TV on the computer. But you had to dial up into AOL. We went on eBay, bought a couple things. But it was like to be a band. Like, we're gonna like go play like at a bar and like be a band. So when you were going, it's interesting. When you said I'm gonna go to college, but you liked music, but no one like went to college for music.
Yeah,
and shit, right?
I didn't think there would be any money in it. Also, like, it's not a lucrative industry.
There's more just like I'm into this, but
I didn't see it as a career path at all.
And so then you switch. You're 19. You take music business, and were you at that point like, I'm gonna be an executive, or what was?
Yeah, I think I discovered what like A&Rs do.
Which is what? What do A&Rs do?
They discover artists, sign them, manage their budget, get them with other writers and producers, release the records, just artist development. With labels, and that's just kind of like I always remember like listening to Russ when I was super young, like just seeing all these artists blow up. And in my mind, I was like, all right, how does somebody go from like an idea in their mind into a hit song? And that always fascinated me.
Yep.
It was fascinating to me. So that really piqued my interest and kind of sparked back in that era.
Yeah. And this was what, while you're going through the music business program?
Yeah. I think it was like that discovery towards the end of that comp sci era when I was like,
yeah, this isn't going to work
This
out.
isn't going to work.
Okay, so you're going through school. What year did you graduate?
21.
So you were in COVID, you were in school?
Yeah, correct.
And what was the vibe? Like, NFT star, people are making money. Did you make money in college?
Not really, no.
Like dicking around doing anything?
Nah, I tried to. It was just
What'd you try to do?
drop shipping. Yeah, I started
What products?
music products.
Like?
There's like this little practice guitar. It doesn't like actually play. It's like fretting and stuff like that. And
Yep.
it was I just bought it, made assets, found assets of it, ran paid behind it, sold some product, and then I realized I'm like,
This is a grind.
Yeah,
for,
it's a grind.
for like $7.
also
or
like
whatever.
who's gonna buy this like
Yeah.
at the end of the day?
Were you on social throughout college?
I tried to be on social my whole life. Like I remember like watching YouTube as a kid, and honestly, like I have like 20 YouTube channels like from like different like
Just eras of your life.
eras.
Yeah.
Like once was like I want to be like a skit comedian and do skits. The other one's like I want to talk about this or do this. Like I got a sports one for like the Sabres, the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah.
So
As like a fit, like doing like news, like team reporting and shit, or
I only made like 2 videos.
Yeah.
I was just talking about like what was going on. It was like I was probably 10.
okay, so you had a fascination with the internet and social media.
Yeah, from an early jump. I remember my dad showing me, it was first iTunes, and I was like, whoa, this is sick. And then
Yeah.
he showed me YouTube right after. I'm like, you're telling me I can look up anything and watch something?
Yeah.
Like, that's
So your
crazy.
dad was hip to the internet, like your dad
He
was an internet guy.
He's like so into it.
So you guys had a computer at home.
Yeah.
Did he record any videos? Did he do like home videos
Yes,
or
he did.
anything?
Yeah, that's crazy. This just reminded me. Yeah, he recorded home videos. He used to record like all of our sports games growing up, and then he'd make like the end of year video.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing him edit it on it doesn't exist anymore. I think it's called Pinnacle. It's
Okay. Yeah, I don't know
video.
Pinnacle.
Yeah, it's a really old video editor, and then I think that's when it all started coming together. When I started making YouTube, it's like, all right, I saw YouTube. I saw my dad making videos. And I'm like, my dad can make videos for my sports games and my brother's sports games. Like, I can do this too.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I remember getting a flip cam.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember those.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Those were legendary.
Yeah.
Those changed the game.
Yeah.
And just trying to make videos out
Yeah.
of it with my
And
friends.
so, how many before we met in 2021?
Mhm.
How many videos do you think you had edited?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Not
More
all-
long form.
I'd say over over a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Where do you stand on insecurity today?
I'm very
How many views did you get last week across all your platforms?
including my own page or like people like repurposing my stuff too.
Whatever the number of like content, because
Yeah.
I think you're pretty dialed into how your shit
Yeah.
does. Like just raw number of like
Um,
last week or month. Give me a stat.
136 million
136
from
million.
F1. This was F1 weekend.
Yep.
So one of the it's fucking insane. One big Twitter page reposted my video. Just one video alone, that Twitter page reposted got 20 million views.
Unreal.
You know,
Okay, so
yeah.
last week alone, in the last 7 days, you got 136 million
Yeah.
impressions
That was
of content
maybe-
that you made.
To be fair, actually, I think it was like past 10 days.
Okay, cool. Past 10 days.
Yeah.
Sitting here today, where do you stand on insecurity about putting shit out online and your content?
Yeah, I feel like I've like grown a lot just by actually doing it. I think it's just by putting in the reps, like you realize like like nobody's even fucking thinking about you like that, you know, like no one cares. And I just got more comfortable with myself as I've grown as a human. But very comfortable, you know, like I'm not afraid to fail. I know failing's part of the game. I love it. I love when I fail because it's like a learning lesson.
Yeah. Any recent failures that have happened?
All the time, man. All the time. I think some videos I'm like, oh, this one's gonna hit, doesn't hit, and it's like with a big artist too. I'm like, all right, like what happened there?
And then is the label like, we fucking set this up and it like didn't happen?
No, I think they know the game too. Not all of them, you know. Babe Ruth, you know, he struck out 1,400 times. He hit 752 home runs.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I googled that stat like 2 days ago. So I was like, I was like, really.
What made you Google it?
That exact like mindset.
Yeah.
I was like, why, like failure, you know? And I was like, who's one of the goats? It's like Babe Ruth. I'm like, how many times did he strike out?
Yeah. 2-1. Struck out more than he hit a home run.
Yeah. But people don't remember that too. They don't remember the strikeouts.
No one cares.
They only remember the home runs.
Yeah, and they calling the shot and fucking delivering on it one time. What when did you start to turn the corner on insecurity? The reason that this topic I think is important, again, this is a very selfish endeavor for me, and I have insecurities about putting shit out there.
We're human. We all, you know,
like total. And
everybody does when we start.
And I think it's like, I'm very fortunate. People like you, I'm surrounded by a lot of people. Like, I think sometimes humility like fucks me up, but I'm surrounded by a lot of people. First and foremost, my fiance, and they're like, "Fucking do it! Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, you're actually being like, you're actually doing a disservice to people by not like pushing yourself and putting this stuff out there and like going for it, whether that's family, friends, or people that look up to you.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just fascinated. Was there a moment where you're like, no, actually, I got this, and like how far into it was?
Yeah, I would say the moment where I was like, fuck it, was when I moved to New York, because I left everything behind, like, because it was very fast, like from when we connected on DMs, it was like 3 weeks later, like, I was just about it, like, I just wanted to do it, and I had nothing to lose. I didn't know anybody in the city.
Yeah.
I didn't know my roommates. I was like, what do I have to lose? I don't have money. I don't have anybody I'm hanging out with. Like I'm just gonna do it. And I think that tide turned when I finally found the format that worked for me. And that was like when Tia Corinne came to the office, and that was the first video that popped.
Tia Corinne was?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. She didn't know what I was gonna do with her. We were just like, let's make some content. It was in the elevator bay at Hudson Yards.
Yeah.
I was like,
and what you do came to you?
Yeah. And
what did you do? A couple different like bits, and that was the one. You're like, I got it.
And it was the first one, and I just ran with it. And then the same night,
did her answer give you any type of vibes? Like what?
Not
or
really.
When you were editing, you were kind of like.
No, like if you watch the video again, it's like you can tell like we're both awkward in the video. Like, we both don't know what's going on, but for some reason like she had her moment, and it just worked. I don't know. I think it was just God doing his thing. Yeah. And that then you posted it, it hit, and you were kind of like, I got something here. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I want to read this DM. This is how we met. And I'm very fascinated with this. I remember very well getting this DM. So Tyler and I first started working together at 1:37 p.m., which was a media company that I oversaw kind of from, I think, what was early 2021, like fairly start of the year 2021, up until, I think I ran it for like 2.5, 3 years, something like that. We went from like 5 people on the staff to one time like 45 people on the staff, and we were just hiring interns, like pretty much 3-month residency, $15 an hour, 40 hours a week. And Gary put me on Twitter DM with Tyler Walsh, and it could come from anywhere. And this was, I'm gonna read, you okay if I read your DM to Gary?
Please. Yeah.
Okay, so you DM Gary on May 9th, 2021 at 4:25 p.m. You say, hey Gary, upcoming music industry college grad who's going to change the whole music industry. I appreciate you and your NFT project and can't wait to work with you in the future. Handshake. That's 5/9/2021. There's a couple things in that I'm very fascinated by. Then you follow up pretty much 48 hours later on the dot. 49 hours minus 3 minutes. You say, do you like lemon ice king? Which I don't know. That I think there's strategy to that too. Then you follow up 2 months later, almost to a T. and it seems like you had a job. You said, I'll quit my job right now to intern for you. I guarantee you it'll be the best hire you will ever make, or I'll pay you for wasting your time. Okay, a couple quick things.
Yeah.
Confidence, like, you're going to change the whole music industry.
Yeah.
You still feel that way?
I think so. I think the more my view on it now is it's more like it's a team thing. It's not one person, it's a group of people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like a small puzzle in that. As in, like, same with like Mike Boyd or so and so, or you know, like
Yep.
I definitely have like.
But people speak of confidence, and I feel like just saying that, like,
Yeah, I
do you
think
think that mattered? Was that your mindset? Do you think that mindset mattered, and did you always feel that way,
I
or were
think
you
so.
just like, I got to get across to him?
I think I had that mindset is because I always knew I was gonna work hard and I wasn't gonna give up at it, because at that point, like, that's what I was like fully passionate about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, you hit him with some random shit. Was that like, maybe he'll just take him funny?
I was at a Lemon Ice King and I was like, I wonder if Gary Vee likes it. I don't know what possessed me to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even remember the first one until you read it.
Yeah.
Until you brought it up earlier.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about
And
it.
even like, I can't wait to work with you in the future on some like manifestation. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
for
going
real.
to work with you.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I'll quit my job right now to intern for you. I'll take a step back to join your crew. And I guarantee you it'll be the best hire you'll ever make, where I'll pay you for wasting your time. Which was like, oh, this motherfucker will pay him.
Yeah.
And then Gary screenshot it and wrote, Tyler, like his energy. I think we need more interns for 137.
Yeah.
15 minutes later, I responded and you sent me an email. I think
We
I think
hopped
you
on a
got-
call like the next day.
Yeah. And I hired you?
Yeah, you hired me, you connected me with Boyd. I remember this too, when I was talking to Boyd, he was like, alright, pull up or he's like, what's your Instagram? He pulls it up, he's like, who's this in the post? Why'd you post this? What's in your bio? What is this? Like, cause he was like, saw all this shit, he's like, alright, I gotta go. He hangs up, I'm like, I just lost a job.
That's good. Because he was trying to figure out your mindset and how you're thinking about things.
And
what-
like probably stress test too. That's
Yeah.
what he said, stress test.
Yeah, yeah. And then you took the job and immediately moved down,
Yeah.
but you could have worked remote.
I could have.
But
I
you
didn't
were-
know, actually I didn't even know that was an option, but I think it was just like I just wanted to get out of my current environment. I felt like it was very limiting. People, nothing against Buffalo. I love Buffalo. It's home for me. My family's there. My friends are there. But people are very comfortable, and I love not being comfortable.
Yeah.
I love that energy because I feel like that's how you continue to grow. I think there's other ways to grow too, but that was one of the things. I felt like I was there and comfortable my whole life, and I just knew something needed to change.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sweet. All right. So where do you like stand today? What's going on in your world? Tyler, the employee at Vayner. Tyler, the creator,
Yeah.
for lack of better terms. Tyler, the person on the come up in the music game.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. To the first point, Tyler at Vayner. I just feel like I just want to give back in so many ways because I feel like I've been given so many opportunities. I feel like I float across a lot of different things now, and super grateful for that. But just keep attacking where it's needed.
We do a lot of campaigns with musical artists, and you pair them with brands in a lot of ways, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So
With Mike Boyd.
yeah, of course.
Gotta
Mike
shout out
Boyd, shout out Mike Boyd,
Yeah.
who is Gary's OG A&R, runs Vayner Music. Legend in many ways, but living legend, and still just getting going himself in a lot of ways.
For real.
Did you see, like, what did music meetings get you into Gary? How'd that come to be?
Say it.
Like, how'd you find Gary's content? Did you see him in that era of like posting a shitload of music stuff?
No, I think it was just I was in college and he just popped up on my Instagram feed one day and I was like, this is some good advice, and I just followed him, and then I didn't even then I started realizing like, oh shit, like he met with Gunna a year ago, like now Gunna's like bubbling, and I just watched closely, and then like I was familiar with Boyd too.
Yeah.
I didn't put two and two together because I remember watching a podcast with him and music business podcast with Sam, which now rebranded. They're back. And that put me on into Mike's world, and then but it was mostly just him popping up in my feed.
Yeah.
and doing what he does
what he does best.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're working for Boyd, Vayner Music, you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, outside of Vayner,
Yeah.
you were just down at F1.
Yeah.
What's your current output? Do you see yourself as a content creator? Do you see it as a business? How are you thinking about everything?
I think both. Right now I see myself as like the vessel, but I know it's not scalable for just, like if it's just me, how can we scale that? It's very difficult. So, music media is like, because of Vayner, something I'm like super passionate about now, where it's like, whether it's empowering artists through content or, having a bunch of media pages that promote music or so on and so forth. But my mindset really right now is I've been behind the camera so much because I think just the POV was easiest to shoot. Now I'm kind of trying to get past that frame and really just be more like recognizable, build my personal brand, because people know my content, they don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I'm like super passionate about.
And how are you going about doing that?
Vlogs. I just did a really big vlog at F1.
Cool.
It's in the edits right now.
Nice.
Live streams.
That would go on your YouTube, is that a new channel? Do you have stuff up there as YouTube Shorts or?
Yeah, Shorts. I've taken some of like my other like interviews I've done. Like someone there has recorded like a second angle, long form.
Yeah.
We put a few up, but like getting my face out there is super important.
Mm-hmm.
And live streams as well.
On what platforms?
Twitch right now.
Really?
Sometimes I'll dual stream on TikTok, but Twitch is like.
How often are you doing it?
Is it like 3 times a week?
Nice.
Yeah, it's like
listening to music, or what are you doing?
Yeah, music review. So like really in the trenches, like building community.
Yeah.
Is something like I'm super also passionate about. Like I'm going on Threads and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go live on Twitch tonight. Send me your music, and I'll react to it and send clips back.
Yeah.
And then they send their music. I react to it. I clip it, download it, and just while I'm live, I'll literally just reply with the video. I'm like, here you go. Fire song, keep going, and then they like share it. They post it on their feed, on their story.
Yeah.
I'm like, all
I
right.
know you putting a little branding vignettes in there, which is what, WDYD?
Yeah, I'll just be like at TR, like my handle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I asked about the branding. You've done a good job with WDYD. What do you do? Which is your content series.
I was talking to somebody about this. I think it was Jason earlier today. I'm like, man, it's so hard to say. We gotta change that up in the future.
WDYD.
Yeah. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
There's no vowels.
Yeah. We did.
Yeah.
Okay, so long form streaming, but then also your bread and butter, which is a series.
Yeah.
Have you hit you just did. Who's the biggest artist you've done?
I just did Travis Scott.
You just did Travis Scott
at F1. Yeah.
At F1. What did he say? He's a pizza man or something?
Yeah, he's like, I sell pizza.
Was that something set up, or was that how'd that come to be?
I was taking a piss.
Nice.
In the paddock, and I walk out, and by the grace of God, Travis Scott's just there to the left of me.
Yep.
And I was like, holy shit. So there's a massive crowd. I'm like, there's no way we can interview him right now, but I'm like, telling my camera guy, I'm like, yo, get ready. I'm starting to mic up. He walks away. He goes into the Red Bull garage.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's just wait here. And then somebody from his team is like right there, and was kind of explaining what we do. And he's like, all right, like stay here for like 5 minutes. He's gonna walk out. He's not gonna like walk around the pit lane or whatever.
Yep.
And my boy that's with me, my videographer, he was like 6'8".
Yeah.
So he can like see into the garage. He's like, yo, Travis is about to walk out. Like, this is the time.
Yeah.
And he just walked out, and we just did it, which is like, yeah, just like he didn't have to answer, but he did.
Yeah.
And
it went pretty big.
Yeah.
What's the biggest that you've like set up? Because now you're in the rounds of labels and PR.
Yeah.
And people wanting to do your thing.
Yeah.
Which changed the show, because initially it's like emerging artists that are themselves like know what's going on social.
Yeah.
And then you've got just what you're more. I don't know if the word is mainstream. I'm not using them in derogatory terms, but the bigger you get, the more team you have around you, the more people that have say, the more strategic people are trying to limit downside, trying to protect image, all of those different types of things. So now you're getting some different inbound, what's the biggest that was like set up? You did like Lizzo or?
Lizzo for sure. Lizzo, shout out her. She's an incredible human. I don't know if you've ever met her. Like she's just the nicest person. Like we had a heart to heart.
Really?
In her hotel elevator, like the service lobby or whatever. Really good human. DaBaby.
Nice.
That was a really cool one. Annalie Chapa.
Okay.
Nicest human I've ever met.
Really?
Yeah, like just like super humble, super down to earth. I remember I was like, yeah, if you want to meet Gary Vee, and then his mom called me at 2 a.m. Was like, hey, I remember you mentioned that. Like, can we set that up?
Yeah.
And then they stayed for like 3 hours and took pictures with everybody that wanted to take pictures.
Really?
Met clients that were in the office, chopped up with Gary.
Yeah.
Like really like cared about people.
Yeah.
That was like, just like seeing his character at his level.
Yeah.
Was just super humbling.
That's amazing. That's dope. How about monetizing?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did 130 million views last week, last 10 days, whatever. Large number.
Yeah.
Are you making money?
Yeah.
Off what?
There's a lot of different avenues. Obviously, there's like a few different platforms that have like monetization features, like Meta, TikTok, YouTube.
Let's run through them all. So Meta.
Yeah.
You're posting on Instagram.
Yeah.
You're posting on Facebook.
Yeah. Threads as well.
Threads.
Yeah.
So you said Threads. Is Threads lit like that?
Threads is lit, I will say.
All three have creator funds?
So what's interesting, I wasn't on the Threads fund or the Instagram fund, but they are sunsetting their current like funds for all three platforms to introduce a new creator fund. So now for anything you post on Meta, you're gonna get paid for. Stories, text, like literally everything.
Yeah.
So I just
You have to apply to be part of this program?
I'm not sure. I just
If
got
there's someone listening right now and they're like, fucking give me 18 months and I'm gonna be pulling in money.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk like what is you have to apply or they found you or
So
what?
I applied for ads on Reels after I think it was like a threshold like maybe 5,000 followers. I could be wrong about that, maybe 1,000. But I applied for that, but I got a notification that said you're eligible for the new Meta monetization platform or whatever the notification said, and then I just switched over and it was like at the tap of a button.
Yeah.
I just had to like update my tax info.
Yeah. So you're getting a recurring check
Yeah.
from Meta?
Yeah, it varies. It varies on like some
Give me levels.
levels.
Yeah.
Some months it's, you know, $25, and some months it's like $6,000.
Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Meta, YouTube.
YouTube I was newly monetized, like as of a few months ago. So also like long form is where the money's at. So I haven't really.
Everyone wants to go long and even longer than long, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
super long.
Yeah, like over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shorts is paid all right. Like, you know, nothing crazy.
And then what about TikTok?
TikTok
Is it beast, right?
can be. If it's over a minute, it's real nice.
Got it.
Yeah.
Where else? Snap?
Not verified on Snap yet, unfortunately.
You're not.
I'm not.
Do you put the same amount of emphasis and effort across all platforms?
I think it depends on, like for example, at F1 I went super heavy at Snap, and I reaped like the rewards because they had like Formula One, I believe, was partnered with Snap, and they're able to like, hey, like if you prioritize it, like let us know, and you know if it's good content, then it'll probably get shown on like, you know, the Snap map or whatever it is.
How'd that conversation come to be?
Just some digital people that were like on the ground there.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you just met them by happenstance.
Yeah, yeah.
You have a favorite platform?
It's like picking your favorite baby.
That's fair. How about this? When you're recording a video,
Yeah.
are you thinking about a platform?
I'm not. I'm thinking about the consumer though. I'm like, what would the consumer like in my mind when someone answers a question? I'm like, oh, I'm already cutting this. Like I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, retention's gonna drop. I'm more thinking about the consumer than I am a platform.
If you were talking to a kid that was getting ready to graduate from your school that was not music business, was I don't know, in some other industry, and one was interested in being a creator.
Yeah.
Here's this, you're making money, you're down at F1, you know, things are going in a good way for you.
Yeah.
And you got a good gig, which I think goes hand in hand in some ways.
Yeah.
But like consistency, the right ideas,
hard work and hustle? What's kind of like the what are the ingredients to like
Yeah.
win on the internet?
Yeah, I think definitely hard work, collaboration.
What do you mean by that?
It's like not even filming videos with other people, but like picking brains of creators the same size as you, or maybe like someone that had a little bit of success, and also like my DM with Gary, like people are willing to respond and help. You just gotta be willing to ask and like, you know,
Put yourself out there.
put yourself out there. Definitely that, and I think just accepting failure, like you're gonna fail and fail again, and you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like that's like my whole game is like, I posted back in the 137 days 3 times a day for, even after I left 137 to work just with Boyd, it was like I was still posting 3 times a day for like 9 months.
On your personal?
Yeah, my personal was like 600 videos before one like went viral.
Really?
Yeah,
What were you getting views wise?
like 200. I was in 200 jail.
You were in 200 jail on Instagram.
Not even. My Instagram was even worse.
You were damn. So you were posting on your personal page 3 times a day for how long?
9 months.
9 months
Yeah.
before you really felt like it was doing anything.
Yeah, correct. It was from December. Oh wait, no. January 2022 to November 20. Yeah, to November 2022.
And that's how you ended up making it to finding the series?
Yeah, correct.
Because you were like, were you trying out a bunch of different things
Yeah.
along the way?
Yeah.
How well, like, damn, so that's really consistency and hard work and output and discipline
Yeah.
over, like, charisma or editing skills
Yeah.
or
And
any of
those
that?
those things help too. If you got that, fire.
Yeah.
I'll give you one example too, because I just heard this story the other day and it was like kind of like heartwarming. We had an artist in a few months ago. He joined virtually to one of Boyd's music marketing calls, and we were just talking about the power of TikTok. And he was kind of in the same mindset. He's like, I have nothing to lose. He was like, Instagram is more curated and cinematic for me, but he's like, TikTok, like I'm already not posting there, so what am I gonna have to lose? He posted every day on there for 3 days, 3 times a day for the past like 3 months or something like that. And now he's blowing up on there. His song's going viral on there. It's like just because he put himself out there, just trying new shit.
Yeah.
He wasn't even uploading it to his Instagram where his friends are following it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like literally like he was like the perfect example. I'm like, damn, like everything we say, like it works, because this kid went from 0 to viral song, followers on TikTok, like
Yeah.
now releasing an album, like
Damn.
the whole shebang.
Damn. Do you, what part of it drives you the most? Like, do you enjoy making, shooting, editing, publishing content? Do you enjoy engaging with the people that see it?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy putting the artists on? Like, which is the real?
For me, I would say the impact, the ability to like help somebody in their career. Like sometimes, like I did a video of this one artist, Ron Shack, who's like small, but his video, by the grace of God, got like 1 million views, and like it really helped him in his career. I was like, I know I helped a little bit that person's career, and like I'm part of that journey in some small way.
Yeah.
So I'd say the impact. It's not like the views or the money. It's like how can I help somebody on their journey.
You have days where you're like, I don't know if I can do this right now.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Really? And how do you, what's your internal conversation when that's the case?
I think it's just like there's people that rely on me, look up to me, and I just don't want to let those people down. I don't want my friends down, my family down, people that help me edit videos or might shoot with me, and it also like gives me like a perspective flip of like the thing that you always wanted to do, now you're doing it and you don't want to do it, like what are you doing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That's real shit. What is like, what do you see happening in music? Where's like, when you talk about impact, discoverability, like artist journeys, like what's the thing where you're like, this is gonna change the most going forward?
Yeah, I think AI. it's such a new frontier. It's so crazy right now. But
Is that in creation of music?
yeah, and even from like a songwriter like perspective with like, you know, songwriters will pitch demos to artists, but now you can actually like make your voice sound like the artist you're pitching to and send them the demo and be like, this is what you would sound like on this song. Completely changes things.
Do you use any of the tools in your editing or anything like that?
No, I used to. I'd say like sometimes for copy, I'm like, I need help. I'm not the best writer, so I look for it in different ways, but not Opus a little bit. I haven't used Opus in a minute, but it's still like if I know it's there if I need it. You know?
I want to try it with this.
Yeah.
Just like inject, because I'm like I'm like trying to push myself. Post. I gotta try and post more.
Yeah.
I gotta get to a spot where at least once a day. I mean, I have the Instagram handle at Tyler, and I have these conversations, bro, to myself all the time. And it's just like, gotta fucking do it.
Yeah.
Do you schedule content ever?
No, but I know like I schedule, not like hit upload and it's like scheduled to go live, but it's like I have it in a schedule. Like, all right, you gotta post it this time on this day to post.
Yeah. What's your organizational process like? Like, you know what you're posting. Today's Friday. You know what you're posting on Monday?
I do. It's the video with the robot dog we were
Nice,
talking about.
nice.
There, yeah, that's what I posted Monday.
How like what do you use? Where do you keep track of what you?
I use Notion.
Okay.
I have like 3
You
different.
build it yourself, or you have a template?
Built it myself. Yeah. It's pretty simple though. I have a few different calendars. I have like my main like what do you do for a living ones, and that's like, all right, I know these videos gotta go live this day, and then I have like a content calendar. I like to track what I publish, so like if I throw something on Twitter or on Snapchat, like a story, Instagram story, like I'm tracking all that.
Instagram story.
Yeah.
And tracking like the data.
No, not necessarily. I just like visualizing. Like I'm a very visual person, so I can see like yesterday I posted only one Instagram story and one tweet, but the day before I posted 12 different things. Like, what are we doing here? You know, it's just more so like for me to see like my output.
Yeah.
Not so much the numbers. Like, am I putting in the reps?
Yeah.
And then Google Calendar is like my bloodline right there.
It's the best.
It is.
I feel like not using Google Calendar is like so foreign to me.
Yeah.
I almost think that there's two subsets of people: those that live on like with a calendar on their phone, and those that don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if one's good or not. I don't know how I would operate without it.
Yeah.
So you use your work one or personal or combine them, and what you put like I'm gonna post, or like how do you?
So I connected my personal and my work one, so they're side by side. So I can, no matter what account I'm on, I can see both calendars. So I'm like, oh shit, like I got a work call, whatever.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, I gotta post a video. I can see them no matter if, you know, I'm doing something.
Yeah. Who are you listening to right now?
What am I listening to right now? Ooh, it's a good question. I gotta pull out the playlist.
Yeah, let's see what you got. What are you have a playlist yourself?
I don't update it enough, if I'm being real.
What is it? What do you do? What's it called?
Future Stars WDYD.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you do like to focus on emerging. You enjoy
do.
discoverability. You enjoy all that stuff.
I feel like it's more relatable because I was on the journey too. You know, like we're all on the journey together. Not saying it's not like I can't relate to like a Drake song. But, listening to a lot of Don right now.
Okay.
A lot of Don. DDG's new album.
Yeah. DDG's been in the game a minute, right?
Yeah.
And he's definitely artist that's understood a lot of creative. I know he's like going through some. It's funny. I literally hit up Gary. I'm like, we need to reconnect with DDG, and then I go on my Instagram. And I'm like, oh shit! I literally did not even have that timing lined up.
Yeah.
But I guess here we are.
Yeah.
But I respect he's like, you know, just how he's doing live streaming and gaming and like all that. He's definitely seen
he made
as
his
like,
whole album live. That's so.
He was live while he made the whole thing.
He called it Hitathon. 7 days straight. He had Shabuzi come in, DaBaby come in, all these guests. He recorded the album live and then dropped it last week.
And how's it performing?
It's alright.
It's okay.
Yeah.
From a streams perspective, from that impact and what he was probably getting off of his
he
Twitch
became
content and all that.
He became like the second most sub person on Twitch because of that. He
Really?
had like 200,000 concurrent viewers.
Which is probably a bigger bag than the fucking album doing well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Big X the Plug.
Love Big Eye.
Yo, his music's good.
You want to know something crazy?
What?
His first video interview in New York was with 137.
It's my dog.
I mean, also I can't take that was like Mike and Kai too, but like
Yeah.
I was like I remember them hitting me. I'm like, oh, like Mike and because I remember that point I was working with Boyd. I'm like, you guys, Mike and Kai,
Yeah.
they'll set it up.
Yeah. We were playing this music the other night on a stream. Fire.
Yeah.
Who else? You just did Jessie Murph.
Shout out Jessie.
Shout out
She's
Jessie.
the coolest human ever.
She is really cool.
I didn't know she was that short.
Yep. Tiny.
Tiny.
We had not Easter. She had Mother's Day with us back at the house.
Oh, fire.
Yeah. Great people.
Yeah.
And her and my sister are like best friends, and it's really cool seeing her do her thing. She's about to go on a world tour. She's
Yeah.
got an album coming out. She got some big songs.
Yeah.
She got some big
Yeah.
songs. Okay, what's the next exciting thing? What do you like? What's the I'm working towards this big thing.
Yeah. Long form videos. I have this concept. I'll say it because then I have to act on it before anybody else does.
Yep.
I'm gonna do like a series where I like go to work with people. So like I'm doing one tomorrow with the UK rapper. He's in town.
Nice.
So it's like Nems.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's gonna be like, can I go to work with you? Like, what do you do for a living? Can I go to work with you? And it's not just the TikTok, but introduces like long form my personality as well. But live,
That's still in music, right?
still in music.
Okay.
But also like I would love to do outside of music.
Yeah, no, because you told me two things. Actually, there's a couple things here.
Also, we still have to do our video.
That's exactly right. So can we do it to promo this?
Yeah, let's do it.
And then maybe you can animate it too, which would
Yeah.
be fucking fire. I cut you off, but you said go to work with somebody because you were talking about doing business versions at one point.
Yeah.
Where are you at in that?
I want to do more of it.
You just got busy.
I think it's just for me, like my network is so entertainment, like people outside and like I don't come across like the entrepreneurs every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did Kevin O'Leary, that one was super cool. That one hit on LinkedIn. No, it didn't hit, but it like over indexed on LinkedIn than my normal post would. I definitely want to do more business.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just like I feel like
those would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just as a perfect layup, what do you do?
Yeah.
It's always a fun question. So my dad, the reason I think it's a fun question because what happens in a lot of your videos
Mm-hmm.
is that giving the non-expected answer
Yeah.
is really cool because my dad used to always like, my dad's a funny guy and kind of like goes at society and like these general things like in an alt way. Like,
Yeah.
when you go to graduate high school, what's the
Mhm.
one thing everyone asks you?
What are you gonna do? Like,
And where are you going to school?
oh, where are you going to school?
Right? Like the layup. And then when you're going to graduate college, what's everyone
Yeah,
asking you?
your job.
What are you doing for a job, right? And my dad was always just like, it grinded his gears so much, and he would never ask someone because, like, what if they're not fucking going to school? And it's their choice. And what if they're not? You know? And it's like, and I always get this like now when I ask people, like I'm always hesitant, like, where do you work? Like, you know, like ask someone what they do. The audience is set up to be like, oh, the person's gonna say they're a music artist.
Yeah.
And then you get a different answer from them
Yeah.
because a lot of times people don't want to be
Yeah.
seen as
Labeled as something.
something that everyone thinks that they are.
Yeah.
Everyone is so multifaceted.
That's such a good point. I remember I forgot what the book was. I read something like that in the book, and then I remember I shifted how I asked that to people, like what networking and stuff. I'd be like, "What are you passionate about right now?" Like,
exactly.
like what's got you excited? I say that a lot.
Yeah.
What's got you excited right now?
Yeah, because it's just like a very kind of like I'm gonna just keep you in this box thing.
Yeah.
Where do you go to where do you go to school, or what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Like how do you make your money? You know, it's like it's just like people are so much more than that, and I
Yeah.
think that's why a lot of your stuff does well. I think people are, you go up to artists, but most of them are not saying,
Yeah.
Some are. I've seen some do,
Mhm.
but I also there's great joy. Like Travis Scott's like, I'm a pizza guy.
Yeah,
I sell
yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people were like, okay, what does that mean? Like, what's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah.
What's happening? You know, there's all these very, interesting, different dynamics. So that's cool. Dude, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, man.
Um,
Thank you for everything. I know I said it earlier, bro, but thank you for everything.
Of course, bro.
For
We
real.
haven't even begun.
I know.
We got a lot more to still accomplish
Sure.
in a lot of ways. I'm excited. I'm excited to put this out. Andrew's helping me every
Shout out
Tuesday.
to you.
Every Tuesday. I don't have a time yet. We'll get to a time at some point, but right now it's just the day on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Shammy's the next episode.
Let's go.
Shout out Sammy. Shammy, who's almost 2 years into his daily running journey.
Crazy.
I got to get better at short form. I got to get better at promo. Do you promo your stuff? Like, how do you think about?
I wish I did. I don't. Sometimes I'll just upload a screenshot to my story and be like, Travis Scott interview drops tomorrow, whatever. And
Yeah.
maybe, it's like the Mac. I should though. I should. Cause I see like streamers like Tyler make whole fucking trailers for a stream. I'm like, that's absurd. I know the brand's paying for it,
Yeah.
but still, like, you're making a trailer for something that you're gonna upload and publish. It's like,
And then it's the second you do the stream, it's no longer relevant
yeah,
to the
exactly.
situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that. What's the one platform you want to be better on?
Twitch.
And what if you were graduating today? How would you approach these last 4 years differently?
I would not be afraid. This is something. Don't be afraid of rejection. Just do the thing. Ask. Try it. See where it goes. Life's beautiful when you just let rejection happen, or
Do you still get afraid?
not anymore. Oddly enough.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.